Hello, everyone. Welcome to the week ahead reading for the week starting August 10th. It's a pretty big week this week, astrologically speaking. I am recording this on August the 8th, which is the Lionsgate portal, the 8-8 portal. And then tomorrow on Sunday, we have Mercury moving into Leo. And then Wednesday, the 12th, we have a solar eclipse in Leo, as well as the Lionsgate closes on the 12th. So pretty big week this week in the sign of Leo. So this reading for this week is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be using the Nordic runes for the overall theme for the week. And then I'm going to use the vibrational energy because there's a lot of big energy out there this week. And then I don't usually clarify the week cards, but I am going to clarify because there's so much energy and it is, you know, the eclipse and all of that. I am going to be using the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot to clarify. I don't have any lion cards, but I figured cats were close enough. Okay, so we do have a jumper that I'm just going to kind of put over to the side there for a second. But let's see what is going on for this week starting August 10th. All right, we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ooh, interesting cards. Okay, so let's start with the overall theme for the week. And we have here, this would be, Algiz. Okay, so Algiz is a rune of protection. And honestly, it's a rune of using what we already have around us for protection. Okay, so again, this is, again, creativity makes sense with the Leo energy. That it kind of says get creative with the way that you protect yourself. So, and then I would just want to point out that card that jumped out when I was shuffling here. It says shift it. And again, we have that solar eclipse this week. So again, there could be a lot of major shifts that happen this week. And then for Monday we have the wild and free spirit. So yes, we start off the Monday with this desire to be wild and free. And again, this makes so much sense with all this Leo energy going on that we would be wanting to be wild and free. But let's clarify that wild and free wind spirit. All right, so with that one, again, we have the devil. Okay, so I will say, even though, again, we want to be wild, we want to be free, I would also be careful with this devil energy of self-sabotage, okay? Again, what we think is of ourselves being wild and free actually may be us avoiding things that we actually need to deal with. Next on Tuesday, we have the Breathe Deeply card. I really feel like it's going to be important on Tuesday, especially with the solar eclipse coming on Wednesday. Really taking the time to be present with yourself on Tuesday, really taking the time to ground yourself, to calm yourself. Again, this Leo energy is very, very intense energy, and some of us may be feeling it a little bit more than others. So again, if things start to feel overwhelming a little bit on Tuesday, stop, ground yourself, take a few deep breaths. But with the Breathe Deeply card, we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a card of following your passions. It's a card of going on adventures. And again, I do feel like there is an adventure coming, but being that this Knight of Wands is showing up with the Breathe Deeply card, I kind of feel like it is saying, like, you need to breathe deep on Tuesday because the new adventure starts this week. And then we go to Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the Snowflake card. The Snowflake card is a card of being unique, right? And again, another energy of that Leo energy, right, is standing in who you are and your unique qualities that you have, right? And again, with that eclipse, we may be seeing different parts of ourselves. Some things may be shadowed while others are illuminated for us. But again, it's important to realize that we are all unique. Absolutely nobody is on the same journey. And again, I feel it necessary to say, don't compare your journey to somebody else's, because we are all on our own journey. Now, with the Snowflakes card, we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, she is all about bringing chaos to order through clarity and boundaries. And again, these eclipses tend to bring clarity for us. They tend to, now mind you, this is after the eclipses, usually, where we get the clarity and we see things. And again, I do feel like there are going to be boundaries that we want. Again, we had that Shift It card, right? So I feel like there are going to be boundaries that we want to put into place after the eclipse, when we see things clearly. Next on Thursday, we have the Muse card. And again, I love this card. This is a card of creativity. It's a card of inspired creativity. And again, it does make sense after this Leo energy. And yes, I'm going to say a lot of the Leo energy for this week. But yeah, there's a lot of this Leo energy, and it is going to, I think, inspire us to be more creative, to take more inspired action on things. But let's clarify the Muse. So with the Muse, we have the King of Swords. Okay, so I love this too, because we have the King and Queen of Swords right next to each other. So these are divine counterparts, right? It's that balance between the feminine and the masculine. And again, I feel like there is a lot of clarity of thought between Wednesday and Thursday, right? Again, we have that solar eclipse on Wednesday, but again, as the energy of that eclipse kind of, winds down, again, we're going to have a lot of clarity of thought. And I feel like there are certain things that we are going to we know for certain. Next we go to Friday, and we have Cosmic Prosperity. Friday, I actually feel, could be a very good day for just humanity in general. Again, I do feel like there's going to be that clarity that comes through for a lot of us by the end of this week. And again, that Lionsgate portal that is today, it is a great day for manifestation. And again, I feel like there are a lot of people who are going to feel that energy returning to them by the end of this week. So again, a lot of prosperous energy out there. But let's clarify the Cosmic Prosperity. So with the Cosmic Prosperity, we have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is a card of freeing ourselves from self-imposed restrictions. And again, I feel like on Friday, that's what a lot of us are going to be doing. We had the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and now the Eight of Swords. So we see things clearly, we are certain on things, and we recognize and see where we have been holding ourselves back, and we are cutting those bindings. I love it. I love it. And it leads right into Saturday with the Spiral Coil, because the Spiral Coil is all about opening up, right? And again, I do feel like there is an opening up of energy that is going to happen. There is an opening up of consciousness that is going to happen this week. And there could be a lot of us that are really coming into bloom at this time. Now, with the Spiral Coil, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is the wealth card in the tarot. It's all about wealth and luxury. And again, I do feel as we open up that we are going to feel wealthy. I also feel like some of us could be having a different idea of what wealth means to us. Wealth to us may not mean lots of money in the bank or lots of money in your pocket. Wealth might be having the time to spend with your loved ones. But either way, this spiraling, this uncoiling that we are doing, again, we are feeling wealthy. We are feeling the luxury. And again, I would stop and smell the roses on Saturday as well, if you can. And then on Sunday, we end with the New Beginnings card. And this has kind of been, leading up, this whole reading has been leading up to this new beginning. Like I said, right at the beginning, we are shifting things. We are shifting things this week. And this is going to be a whole new beginning for many, many, many people with a different perspective, a different outlook, different clarity on things. But let's clarify the new beginnings. So with the new beginnings, we have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is a card of balanced resources. And again, like I mentioned with that Nine of Pentacles, I think some of us are going to have a different perspective on what wealth is and how we balance our resources and what our resources mean to us. And this, I think, kind of goes back to that overall theme with that algaes, getting creative with our protection, right? Because again, when we realize what it is that we truly desire, and what our resources really are, we want to protect those resources. So all in all, this really looks like an amazing week. This week, I hope you have an awesome week. Take care of yourselves through this eclipse. And I hope you have a great week, and I will see everybody next time. Bye for now.